Alrighty, g'day. For those of you that are new to the Themantic support packs and how we plan our courses, our units, and our lessons, just give you a quick introduction to a really basic concept that I use to plan all my lessons, and that's called, I call it the CHACER framework. So if we scroll down here to the first lesson plan, you'll see all the lesson plans in our support packs look like this, and this is the lesson plan I follow. CHACER, C-H-A-C-E-R. Consolidate. This first, it's an activity designed, any sort of activity designed to recap what we've just learned. Students come into the class, have had a day, 2 days, a weekend, a whole summer vacation to forget what they've just done. And so this is a quizzes or a Quizlet or a Jeopardy, some sort of activity to get them thinking about what they just did. This to me serves a few purposes. One, I like to get a bit of energy in the room. And I find quizzes and little tests and fun games are a good way to do that. And so you start the lesson off with something enjoyable. It also brings to the front of their mind what they've just done, and also it's about repetition because without the repetition we don't get the learning. So after we've recapped with our consolidation, we get into a hook. This is anything that's going to pique their interest in what we're learning about. And so so we're saying, right, this is what we're going to learn today. And yeah, just something to get them hooked into the lesson. And then there's an activity. If we're learning something new every day, we should be teaching something new every day. So then we have to have some way of teaching that. Now, by activity, I mean that can be watching a video. It could be a basic chalk and talk and explaining something. It could be a combination. Could be a group activity, a read and answer questions. It's a very generic term that just means whatever they have to do to learn the content and be able to answer the key question for the lesson. And then there's a check-in phase. This is our formative assessment, right? We want kids to understand something in each lesson. And then here we have to have some sort of way to check that they actually grasp the core concept we're looking at. And then the extension. So every student's going to finish at a different time and grasp the key question at a different rate. So we need something to extend those fast finishes. And then we reflect. It's the last minute or 2 minutes. We say, what did we learn? What are we going to do next? What's your homework? So, CHACER, it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Just on that note as well, every lesson has 3 levels of learning outcomes. Green is very just superficial, basic knowledge. And then this one here is the guiding question. We want to check their understanding for this. This is looking at how things are connected. And then we have a red, which is the extension. So 3 levels of learning outcomes here, 3 levels of questions that are going to help you differentiate and make sure that all students are going to be learning and all students will be learning at their right level. So that's CHACER. Cheers.